What's good, y'all? We gotta talk about the rapper Young Thug. Since he's came out of jail and he pretty much, beat his RICO case against the feds, man. All he's been talking about is Gunna, man. He keeps calling Gunna a rat. He even went on Twitter a while ago and said that if you're a rapper and you're a rat, you need to make gospel music. Like, Young Thug is absolutely obsessed with Gunna because Gunna allegedly snitched on Young Thug and the whole YSL, basically admitting that YSL is a gang and not just a record label, right? So there's this clip of an interrogation that came out, this video leaked of, Young Thug pretty much getting interrogated, and he's name dropping people, and a lot of people feel like that's snitching, you know what I'm saying? So if it ain't the pot calling the kettle black, right? So let's get into this article. It says Young Thug has responded to an apparent leaked conversation with detectives during the YSL RICO trial, in which he appeared to name drop several people involved in alleged crimes. So in my opinion, that is snitching, man. Once you start name dropping to the feds, you're snitching. So Young Thug went on Twitter to clear this up and said, they didn't play my interrogation video in court because I helped my brother, #rat where. It says, after Thug's comments traveled around the internet, a response from Peewee Roscoe about his relationship with the rapper was uploaded online. Peewee Roscoe basically said, Jeff clean as Listerine, man. Clean as Ivory soap, you feel me? When you go into the interrogation room, that's what you do, he said. He went on to add that Thug kept it silent and kept it overly real. Okay, so if the man that they're accusing Young Thug of snitching on is saying that Young Thug didn't snitch, then I don't think anybody else should have a problem with this. The person who he's name dropping is saying that Young Thug is good. So, okay, let's go on into the article. It says, in the unverified leaked audio, a man who appears to be Young Thug is asked about a series of reported crimes that his associates or former associates were allegedly involved in. During the nearly 2-hour clip, he name dropped multiple people, including Peewee Roscoe, who was accused of shooting at Lil Wayne's tour bus in 2015. Although the audio is reportedly 2 years old, Thug says in the clip that he doesn't know who shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus. They said Roscoe, but I don't want to block out y'all's case by saying Roscoe ain't do that, he said at one point. Okay, that's wild. That's wild, bruh. He said, they said Roscoe, but I don't want to block out y'all's case by saying Roscoe ain't do that. That's wild, bro. Peewee Roscoe, how are you defending this, bro? That's crazy. It says the leaked audio is especially jarring for fans of Thug, considering he hasn't been shy about accusing people of being rats for snitching in the past. He has casually taken shots at several people, including Kid Cudi, who's a citizen, and Gunna, who has faced heavy scrutiny after accepting an Alford plea. Other hip-hop artists have also aligned themselves with Thug, including Lil Baby and Southside, who recently said he'll never work with Gunna out of respect for Young Thug. Earlier this week, Southside of 808 Mafia made it clear he won't work with Gunna, citing his loyalty to Young Thug. During an appearance on Drink Champs, he asked if he'd produced for Gunna and replied, I ain't making no beats for him, he explained. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm a street nigga at the end of the day, adding that his bond with Thug comes first. So shout out to him for being loyal. Meanwhile, Thug is expected to recover some of the items seized in his RICO case after a Fulton judge dismissed a civil forfeited tied to the YSL RICO trial. Fox 5 Atlanta reports the ruling means the rapper could get back $150,000 in cash, multiple luxury cars including a Corvette, Porsche 911, Lamborghini, and several Mercedes-Benz vehicles, along with guns and jewelry. Damn. Young Thug has been very vocal lately regarding his disdain for people who snitch. He piqued fans' curiosity earlier this month when he shared a post telling an unnamed rat representative to shut up and said rappers who are rats should just go gospel. So, you know what's incredible, man? Is you would think that all of those months that Young Thug spent in jail, where he possibly could have got a life sentence, right? He was dealing with a RICO case where, they're even saying that he got Rich Homie Quan's father shot at a barbershop, right? We heard reports that Young Thug also tried to assassinate YFN Lucci, right? The fact that this man was facing a life sentence, and the first thing that he does when he gets out of jail after being in jail for, what was it, a year? Almost a year or two he was in jail while he was, dealing with his trial. They said this was like the longest trial in history in America, right? You would think that this guy would come out of jail and be a changed man. The only thing we've heard about Young Thug since he's gotten out of jail is he keeps calling people rats, bro. He keeps taking shots at Gunna, calling Gunna a rat, telling Gunna to go make gospel music. When Kid Cudi testified in court against Diddy, he called Kid Cudi. He said, damn, Kid Cudi a rat? Like, Young Thug, Kid Cudi is not a gangster. Kid Cudi is not a street nigga. Kid Cudi is not a gang member. Kid Cudi is not a gang member. Like, this is the same Kid Cudi that was wearing skinny jeans and like Kid Cudi ain't even really a rapper for real, bro. Like, Kid Cudi makes peaceful music, dog. Like, Kid Cudi is a citizen, bro. And, Young Thug hasn't put out an album since he's gotten out of jail. And I think that this just goes to show, man, that Young Thug hasn't learned anything from getting in trouble, man. It's crazy how he sat there and apologized to the judge when his case got settled, bro. And everything he said was a lie, man. Young Thug, he's really living up to his name, man. This guy, he's a criminal. He's immature. He's ignorant. And I think guys like Young Thug, man, I don't think they should be in hip-hop culture, man. I think guys like this, like, they shouldn't be relevant in hip-hop because they represent everything that's wrong with hip-hop, bro. Like, think about all of the kids that are fans of Young Thug that's going to carry themselves the same way as this guy does. Like, this guy is a prime example of everything that you shouldn't want to be when you get older, bro. The millions of dollars that this guy has made from hip-hop. And how old is Young Thug? Because Young Thug still acts like a kid, man. How old is this guy, bro? Let me see how old Young Thug is. Let me see. Young Thug is 34 years old, bro. You a grown-ass man, bro. And you still got the mentality of a high schooler that's still trying to be in the cool crowd, bro. And I think that is sad, man. I think it's sad. And I think that we got to stop supporting artists like this in the hip-hop culture because, once again, man, they're leading the kids down the wrong path. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Gunna. Since Gunna has came out of jail, he's gotten into the best shape of his life. He's putting out hit songs. He's putting out albums. All the music that he's put out since he came out has been fire. He went right back to work. He ignored everybody calling him a snitch. He ignored everybody saying that he was going to be blackballed, and he ignored Young Thug, basically trying to go out of his way to, get people to stop working with him. And at this point in time, he's more popping than Young Thug, and he's more popping than Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug hasn't put out one album since he's gotten out of jail, bro. And I think whenever he does put out an album, I don't think it's going to be received well, I think the only thing he can do at this point is do collaborations with Future, which he's already done. He's already putting out a song with Future since he came out. The song it wasn't a hit, came and went. I know he's going to have a song with Drake, but, because of the Kendrick Lamar beef, the Drake Stimmy package, it doesn't work how it used to work a couple years ago. You doing a song with Drake is not guaranteed to go #1 anymore. That's just not, those days are over. As far as right now, those days are over. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's my thoughts on this situation, man. I think Young Thug needs to grow up, act your age, and stop taking your freedom for granted, bro. You got lucky that Rico case was handled poorly by the prosecutors up over there in Georgia. And if that was in any other state, man, I think you would have been baked chicken, man. I think you would have been, you wouldn't have been free right now if this happened in a state like Florida. Oh, you would have been done, bro. You would have been cooked, So let me know what y'all think about this, man. It's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. I'm out.